Well, my recent stay in the refugee camp has made a couple of changes in my life. This was after I tried as much as possible to speak to a couple of people about peace. I have learned a lot of stories from them that I would like to share with you today. Like, so many may have told me about life before the post-independence wars, during the run, and now in the refugee camps. For the hard things they've witnessed and experienced at the toughest times. Some have seen their sisters get raped in war, their parents dying at their side, mothers losing their sons because they've refused to sleep with them, their brothers in deep pain. Some have seen people drowning during the run, and others being left behind because of vulnerability. Some have had to carry on with their injuries for longer distances. Many have had to step up for their families after being total orphans. Some have had to provide that one meal for the day, others slept hungry. Many have had to sleep on the bushes, roads and streets just to look for a home to lay their heads. People have gone through tougher times than what I can mention. It's a very, very huge trauma that lots of South Sudanese are going through. And I cannot stand the chance to say that I felt the pain, because I know they felt it worse than I did. And the first thing I would tell them is, I understand. And I found it so hard to stand on my 2 feet to ask them to forgive those that hurt them. So hard. I believe you know how that pain feels. I'm equally certain we don't want to feel such pain. We don't want to go through the traumatic moments again. We don't want to be reminded of some moments because they beat our hearts the most. And all I ever requested from them is, do not let the same pain happen to another person again. Do not let the same incidences that caused an innocent kid just like you were to become an orphan again. Do all you can in your power to see a brighter future for the younger generation, that they may not feel the pain of war loss of a family member, misery, suffering, hunger, poverty, insecurity, and all the other related war issues, that they may wake up to the light of the day and call unto their parents, knowing they have a home to live in peace. Because for how long shall children keep asking parents of which refugee camp they're heading to? For how long shall we seek other countries as a center of refuge? For how long? For how long shall our youth seek diaspora as hope for the future? For how long? I cannot talk about the pre-independence wars anymore, because the post-independence wars, misery, tyranny, discrimination, hatred, tribalism have caused us a lot of loss, pain, and trauma in South Sudan. And I will continue to emphasize that we are the cause of this degrading hatred, and we are the victims at the same time. The only good news is that we are the solution to these problems. Varied as they may be, I always put tribalism as a frontline problem. The way we want as much as possible to have a state of calm in our communities is the same way I pray we wish others the same. The peace we seek for our families and our small communities is the same peace we should seek for the whole nation. That is the truth. Peace has no dimension, it has no definition. The only thing is, if we put our hearts and our minds into the acceptance of sustainable peace, no level of education or income or leader can stop us, because we have it in us. So many peace agreements have been signed, but the way of a peaceful life has not been lived. I'm beginning to wonder if we are confining our peace to a piece of paper. No. Peace goes deeper than that. Peace goes beyond living in harmony with your neighbor and your neighbor's neighbor. We speak of peace with all our energy because we have grown to see no value in war and misery. We proclaim it so that you can see its goodness and live to love it. We, the young generation, care about our future and our children's future as well, which is the future of the nation. So our variances in culture, language, name, religion should not make us forget the beauty of living together in harmony. And therefore, we must, with our own identities, accept other people's identities for the sake of peace. We have to. The greatest gift we have now is ourselves. So above all, we need to accept that we are all South Sudanese, and together we can make a change. I believe in that. I call on to you, my brothers and sisters, that we need to accept peace with our hearts before it spreads out to the world. Peace and love always. Thank you.